Is your Etsy store, yes, your Etsy store, a bit of a slump? Are you suffering from lower sales? Are things starting to go wrong in your Etsy store? I've noticed in the last month or so quite a few clients struggling with sales in March. And if you are part of this and you want to take action today to make a change and make a difference to your Etsy store, I'm going to give you 5 actionable tips. You can start all these today and start to make a change in your Etsy store. Let's get into it. Okay, straight in with the gold. Tip number 1 is to theme, set and bundle your items to raise the size of your Etsy store. So if it's possible for you to take listing 1 and listing 2, put the 2 products together to create another listing, this is called bundling, and it easily allows you to take inventory you already have and twist it into new products. People often say to me, oh Nick, it's so hard to get to 100 items, it's so difficult. Take the items that you already have and create new bundles to offer more value to your customers and, more importantly for you, give you another listing. Another way to do this is if you've got sort of 30, 40, 50 or more products, you can do themes and sets. So you can take a set of 3 or a set of 4 products that are similar and create a theme or a set. And then that might give rise to a whole new area of your store that you didn't realize you could move into. So many people that I talk to don't do this. They literally sell single products in their Etsy stores. Themes, sets and bundles raises your average order value, gives customers more reason to shop with you, and is more giftable. So if you can combine a set of 3 of something, a set of 4, a set of 5, and offer giftability, that's real rocket fuel to put under your store for people that want to buy for birthdays and Christmases. Tip number 1, themes, sets and bundles. Let's get into tip number 2. Okay, tip number 2. If I've said this tip once, I've said it 100 times. Take a month, so 30 days, and list 1 item per day for 30 days. Okay, if you're already not on a listing plan and you're thinking, what do I do with my store? Do this. List 1 item a day for 30 days. If it takes you a week to get ready for that, take the time, or 2 weeks or a month. It doesn't matter. If your store is in a slump, and there are loads of Etsy sellers out there that are in this position, list 1 item a day for 30 days. This is going to make Etsy come back to your store every day, index the listing, see what's going on, and you should start to notice by the end of the 30 days a rise in traffic. If people like what you're selling, and that's really important, you've got to sell stuff that people want to buy. But by the time you get to the end of the 30 days, your traffic should be up, and it wouldn't surprise me if you nicked an extra sale or 2 in there as well. And that's what we need. We need more traffic. And once you get more traffic and more sales, things start to pop off and start to happen in your store. So take the time. You might say, Nick, it will take me ages to do 30 items. Take the time. Take the time, take 2 weeks, a month, or whatever you need to do it. At the moment, your store's in a slump and we've got to get it out of the slump. So take time to create 30 listings, list 1 a day. And if you do it, let me know what happens in the comments when you've done it. Let's get on to tip number 3. Okay, tip number 3. This isn't a tip I mention often on my YouTube channel. I talk about it with my clients all the time, but I'm going to mention it here now, and that is try to sell into the $20 to $50 price point. Okay, so if you make physical products or make anything, or POD or whatever it is, $20 to $50 is the sweet spot for bulk customer purchases. If you go and look at stores that have got 10,000 sales, 20,000 sales, 50,000 sales and more, look at the price points. More often than not, you will see price points of $20 to $50. And the reason why this price point is so desirable on Etsy is because the customer, when they're purchasing, does not have to ask any questions in their own mind as to whether they can afford it, have I got the money, you know, they don't have to talk to a partner about it. You know, if you're trying to buy a $200 item or $300 item, you've got to ask yourself a question, you know, can I afford this? Is it the right time of the month? You know, what's going on in my life to sort of either enable me to purchase this item or not? And then if people are with partners and so on, you need to have a conversation. Can we afford it? $20 to $50. It's that lovely price range where people don't really need to think in general about the purchase. So having more products at this price point makes it easier for people to spend with you and better for you because obviously you make more sales. $20 to $50, really important price point on Etsy. Let's get into number 4. This tip, number 4, honestly, I think 95% of all sellers that I talk to don't do this. It's so simple. Let's get into tip number 4. Right, tip number 4, this one's so simple. Firstly, in your store, open shop sections. And I know lots of people do this, but lots of people don't. Open shop sections, then put all your listings into those sections, and then make sure you link to those sections from the product description. So if you're selling, a funny man's t-shirt, in the description you would write, see more of our funny men's t-shirts here, with a link to the funny men's t-shirt section. So that customers that are browsing around your store, they might not like the very first item that they see in your store. Let's make it easy for them to move around into your section, out to the storefront, to see, allow them to buy what they want to buy, because often the first thing they see isn't what they want to buy. Having shop sections allows customers to move easily and stay in your store. Etsy monitors all this. It knows the views, the visits you get. It knows how attractive your store is to potential customers. And we want customers moving around in our store and looking at all the different items we have. That's tip number 4. Sections on the left-hand side, open those up, link to those sections in your product description. And by the way, if you don't know where the section link is, click on the section you've created and the URL in your browser bar, that's the section link you need to put into the description. Gold tip, most sellers don't do this. Do that one for sure. Let's get on to tip number 5. It's a classic. Tip number 5, if there's ever anything that's going to increase your conversion rate, it's photography. So go to your store, find every single photo that's dull, washed out, lifeless. The product positioning is wrong. It's too far away. It's too close. It's over to one side. It's blurry. You've got shadows or sunlight. Everything I've just mentioned there should not be in your product photography. Find all those photos, however many there are, and get into changing just the primary photo of all of these products. This is going to increase your click-through. It's going to increase your conversion. One of the key stumbling blocks is, you put all this work into creating your store and your products and so on, but then when it comes to the photography, which is the window to your store, people get this wrong. So often photography is so bad. So let's tighten up just the primary photo. This is quick and simple. Don't do all the photos, just the primary photo. Let's get the customers in. Let's get them looking at your products. I mean, if you had 50 or 100 or 200 products, it'll take you forever to do all of them, but let's make a quick impact and improve the primary photo slots. Get those clicks, get people into your listings, and get them hopefully buying your stuff. So get into my comments, let me know what the problems are with your Etsy store, and as always, don't guess and don't worry. If you need help, book in for a call with me. The links are in the description if you want to work with me. I help thousands of Etsy sellers just like you, and I have done for the last 10 years. I know what I'm talking about. So hopefully I'll work with you soon, and definitely I'll see you in the comments. Cheers.